I'm kidding. Welcome, guys, and I'm about to react to Angela Stanton King, and it's probably backwards, but I think it's Angela Stanton King. She did a show with the cast of Hollywood Unlocked. It's led by what is his name? Jason Lee. I think people know who I'm talking about. But this was a funny interview. I didn't get to really watch it all. The comments really made me more interested in watching this. Plus, knowing who these people are that are sitting here interviewing her. It's like Ratchet TV. This is what these people report and talk about all the time. So join me. Make sure you're hitting the thumbs up. If you're on Cash's page, let's keep this page moving. We got to keep it going. You guys got to hear earlier from Cash. It was cool talking to him. I miss his voice, man. That's my big brother. It's my best friend. He's dope. Oh shit, she got too much going on. Dang, girl. Oh, hell no. We'll wait till you straight. For your ears and mine. Okay. Oh my gosh, this is so loud.
I already got Skype. What do you mean? Okay.
I don't want to fast forward through it because I don't know how quickly it starts.
Okay.
Bruh. Hell no.
Johnny, can you say something?
I can hear you.
Hello.
I can hear you guys.
Awesome, Angela. This is Johnny with Hollywood Unlocked.
Okay.
Awesome. You sound great. And I'm not sure if you messaged me on Skype so we can pull you into the video session.
I already messaged you. I'm ready. All right, let's go.
They're using Skype, bro. Skype. This is Hollywood Unlocked. If you don't know what Hollywood Unlocked is, good. It is Ratchet TV. It's not journalism. They don't talk about anything worth a substance, honestly. I'm just going to be real. But I like her. And I'm happy to see what's going on here.
Didn't mind muting yourself on Skype?
So who the fuck?
Cool.
Hi, welcome to the show.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, we can.
Okay, great.
We can see you.
Let me grab something. Okay.
Okay, hi, nice to meet you. So I'm Jason Lee. That's Blue Taluzma. That's DJ Damage. Welcome to the show. Okay, now is there a way to pull your camera down, tilt it down just a little bit, so that way you're like centered properly? Because we want to make sure you look good. That's perfect. Okay, cool. All right. So let me just make sure I have the new project. You have a new book.
Yo, she looks like she's ready to tear some stuff up.
That's correct.
Okay, cool. All right, Johnny, single cam, and just tell me when you're ready. Ready? Okay, so Angela, I'm just gonna welcome you to the show, and then because we shoot something at the top before the show, we'll just get right into it and go there. Okay.
Cool.
Okay. Should we shut the door? Can you guys shut the door, please? Thank you. All right. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. So welcome. Wait, let me back up. Sorry. 3, 2, 1. Welcome, best-selling author. 3, 2. Welcome, best-selling author, political candidate, and mother, Angela Stanton King. Welcome to the show.
Thank you guys so much for having me on.
Of course. So, you have been on the Hollywood Unlocked blog. You've been on the Hollywood Unlocked show. We just recently interviewed your daughter, JB's, who's been very vocal about, her movement and the trans movement that she's a part of. And so
to give this some context, some context so people know what they're tuning in for. Angela Stanton King has a son who is transgender, and they have been in the limelight about their relationship and him wanting to be acknowledged as a woman. And she is dead set on, I'm not doing it. I'm not feeding into your mental illness. She's a big advocate for children. She's a big advocate for people going through sexual abuse, mainly children in the LGBTQ agenda. And it's something that she deals with personally and dealing with her son. So we need more people like her to stand up for truth and let people know what it is. So I just wanted to give this some context so everybody knows what they're tuning in for. So please hit the thumbs up. Okay. Hit the share button on Facebook. Make sure the likes and the live viewers, the ratio is matched so we can throw ourselves into the YouTube algorithm and probably send this video viral. Why can't we? More people like her need to have a national stage. There are so many different Black conservatives. We are a very diverse group of people. So let's get back into this.
We wanted to welcome you here because although you've been talked a lot about, you haven't been talked to. And I just thought it was fair to open up the conversation to hear your point of view, as you are a very vocal person. And so I want to welcome you to the show.
Well, thank you so much for having me on. I appreciate it.
And so one of the things that, or at least where I first saw you, you were, once I became aware of who Angela Stanton King was, it was when you were pardoned by former President Donald Trump. And when you were released, it almost seemed as if you had taken on the life of wanting to change the country and join, I think, the Conservative Party, right?
Well, just to clarify, I got released in 2005. So I wasn't released from prison when I got the pardon from President Trump. And it was my experience after getting out of prison and rebuilding my life and getting educated on politics that I decided that I wanted to become more of a conservative versus a Democrat. And I'd always been involved in the nonprofit sector and working in my community. So I thought that Congress would basically be the same thing.
So when you got released from prison and then later pardoned, at what part during that journey did you decide that in terms of politics, the Conservative Party was more aligned with where your personal interests lie?
From my own personal experience, for one, I had been born into poverty, generational welfare recipient. And when I got released from prison, because I was a convicted felon, I couldn't get welfare benefits. And because I couldn't get, food stamps and Section 8 and be able to depend on that assistance on the first of every month, it really kind of like kicked me out of the nest and made me discover my greatness. And I realized that I could not only become a business owner, but I could become financially free by starting my own business.
Facts,
and I realized that a lot of the Democrat policies, to me, that constantly push welfare, it keeps people like me and people from the community that I come from stuck because we get content and we get comfortable with receiving a certain amount of money every month from the government that we know is guaranteed.
So when you look at the past 4 years that we had under the Trump administration, I know that he, pardoned you. And so I don't know your relationship with him or what your thoughts on him were. When you look at the practices that he had with the kids in cages at the border, or, even the selection of people in his cabinet, like Betsy DeVos was over education, who probably couldn't even think herself out of a Pringles can. Do you align yourself with those policies, or is it just the overall conservative ideal for what America should look like?
So as a criminal justice reform advocate, when you say kids in cages, you have to understand that my perception of kids in cages is totally different from what the media is hyped up. I work in juvenile detention centers. I've worked with our kids that are in cages across this nation that somehow we have forgotten about. I also know that as an American citizen, if you're arrested and you have your child with you, your child is not going to go to jail with you. You're going to be separated from your child. This is American law. I, too, was separated from my child after giving birth in chains and had her snatched right out of my arms, and Donald Trump was not the president. So when you come to a certain country and there are laws that apply to their own citizens, then you are going to be expected to be handled by those same laws.
Mic drop. I don't understand why the 1+1 doesn't equal 2 with these people, or why they're so gung ho on like the kids in the cages stuff. They just sensationalize and politicize everything. Probably for 2 or 3 days, I've been saying this. Everything. And you, I love her because she's very no nonsense, common sense. Like, hello, there's laws here.
So any person in America that has ever been arrested and had their child with them, they've been separated from their family. So I understand how media hype is, and I understand the difference between what's factual and what's just being blown up in the media to control the emotions of the people.
Facts, man.
See, here's the thing that I have a question about. You said our kids, as if the kids in cages, the immigrant children, cannot also be Black. There are Black children in some of those cages.
Oh,
in fact, a big majority of them are Haitian, which are Black people, right?
So I wasn't, when I said our kids, I wasn't speaking about color. I'm speaking about American children. So I'm not basing it on color.
But I'm basing it on color, saying that if I see a Black child from any country in a cage, as a Black person who's pro-Black, I'm going to feel away.
What? Haitian people are Haitian. They're not Black. When you say Black, you're usually talking about an American that has darker skin. That is what Black people are called. The whole term African American, I don't subscribe to that. And a lot of other people don't like to be called African American. Number one, I'm not from Africa. Two, everybody I know for generations were right here on American soil. So no, Haitian people are not Black. Jamaican people are not Black. Anybody coming from another country is not Black. They are where they're native from. Hello.
So I guess my question to you directly is, the day that Trump was elected as president was the day that we had the highest instances of hate crimes against people of color that entire year. He has unprecedentedly ushered in a time of hate being emboldened. How do you reconcile being about your community with a man who's literally and statistically, not media-wise, literally emboldened hate against your own people?
So I think that, and again, I thought that this interview was going to be about me and my son and not about some people trying to make me defend Trump. But let me tell you about what I know about Trump and what I know about the Black Lives Matter movement. I know that the Black Lives Matter movement was built off of the backs of dead Black men that were killed up under the Obama administration. Obama and Joe Biden did nothing at all to rectify the behavior of police killing. So a lot of that rolled over on Trump. Now, what I do know from being able to work with him personally, as being someone that honestly believes Black Lives Matter, I know that this president was pro-life. That's why I stood behind him, because I understand the racism behind abortion. I also know that this president permanently funded Black historical colleges so they didn't have to continue to come back and forth every year for money. I also know that this president, prior to COVID, had the lowest Black unemployment. I also know that this president was responsible for not only signing an executive order reuniting the immigrant families at the border, because the news never reported that, but he also signed the First Step Act, which I was very effective in, which reunited a lot of our families that were separated by the 94 crime bill put in place by mass incarceration.
This is why they don't like Black conservatives. This is why they won't bring us on our TV shows, especially the ones that are real, like her, that don't, I'm not playing your games, bro. No. You want to talk about Black kids in cages and, oh, I care when they come from other cages, they're Black. I'm pro-Black. If you're pro-Black, let's talk about the abortion rate. Let's talk about the HIV rate. Let's talk about the literacy rate. Let's talk about the gangs that are killing our children. Let's talk about the young men that die due to these gangs. Like, let's talk about it. Let's talk about the inner city. I love her, yo. She gets me hyped up.
So just like you were talking about, you know, supporting this man or the kids in cages or our kids or all kids, my thing is, these are things that I was fighting for before Trump got in office. So if we really care about reuniting families, if we really care about children in cages, then the fight starts at home. It doesn't start when the media creates a frenzy about people crashing our borders. So my thing is, when we're talking about America and we're talking about Congress and we're talking about presidents, the way that I look at it is, I'm a parent. So as a parent, I have a responsibility to take care of my children and the responsibility I have in my home. Now, that doesn't mean that I won't help the children that are across the street, down the street, or around the corner, but that means that I have a responsibility to take care of my children first. And once my home is taken care of, then absolutely I will help other people. So I think that we have all had a misunderstanding when it comes to our responsibilities as a nation. Now, I'm not saying don't take care of other people, but I am saying, wait a minute, if we can fight for them, then most certainly we can fight for us. So I think that this is all about perception.
Well, I'm glad that you said all that, because I'm glad you said all that, because the reason why we did invite you here, and speaking of children, was to talk about your child that you continue.
Hey, look, she shut him down. She shut him down. She said the truth. She said what everybody can relate to that, because we all want America taken care of first. I don't care what anybody says. When you hop on the immigration thing, that's a trend. You're following a trend. Everybody cares about home. So because they couldn't nail her down on that, you know what they did? Let's go ahead and go back to your son, because this guy right here, his name is Jason Lee. He's been on Love and Hip Hop. And then all of a sudden he decides he wants to jump into quote unquote journalism, be pro-Black, but he's a part of this community. The community that has no problem pushing their agendas on everybody else. And when you don't accept it, he puts you in his blog and attacks you. Wow.
Continue to misgender. So I do want to go to that. But the reason why
I'm so glad you said that, because do you see? But let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question.
We're gonna get to, I didn't interrupt you.
Okay. I can't wait.
Be very respectful. I want to be very, I can't wait either. We're gonna get there. But the reason why we ask the politics, because for some of our audience, they may not know you. I know you from social media, but I don't know you. And I think one thing that we try to do here on Hollywood Unlocked is allow people to show themselves and who they are, right? You have been very vocal in your support of Trump and certain politics, and you are very articulate in how you lay it out. But sometimes when I look at like Diamond and Silk, they Black and look like us, and they sometimes sound articulate, but they full of shit. And I'm not saying you are, but I'm trying to understand for our audience where your mind is, because when we
This man has a show. He's got a following. He's got an entire show. They, because they Black and they full of shit. And you, what is they? Then you're acting like you're shocked that she's articulate because she's Black. Well, you're very articulate, but I'm just trying to understand.
We do get to talking about your child. You just talked about how we got to care for our kids back home. And the purpose of what led us here, beyond getting to know who you were, was the fact that you are in a very big fallout with your own child. So I did want to kind of put that context out there, but I hand it back over to you.
Okay, now let's address the fact that you just basically said that I'm misgendering my own child, because it's the audacity for me. Because what I have right here in my hand is called a receipt. This is a birth certificate, right? I was there.
Oh,
I gave her. See, I don't remember seeing anybody.
She brought the receipt. She said, boom, birth certificate. It says male. Oh, I love her.
On this panel that was in the hospital room with me when I gave birth to my son. Now, I don't know if any of you have looked down in his pants to see exactly what his anatomy is, whether he has a penis or a vagina. But the last time I checked, his mama, he had a penis. So for me, I feel that it's very disrespectful, because this is what we have here. There's only one person on this earth that gave birth to Javian. That's me. I can't expect anybody else to feel the way that I do, because I'm the only one that is his mother. But what is disrespectful is for you as a man, right? Because that's just like if I see your mama and I say your mama is your daddy. That's disrespectful. That is my son. Now, if you want to address him as a woman, you can, but to feel like you have the right to force me to call my man child that I birthed, that I raised, that I sacrificed for a woman, that's disrespectful. Now, we don't have to agree, but what gives you, If you all feel like you can pressure me enough to make me believe that he's a woman, then why do you all feel like I don't have the right as his mama to pressure him enough to make him believe that he's a man? How do you all have more rights and influence than me, and I'm the mother?
That is not how that works.
No, that is how that works.
I don't have more rights. I don't have more rights over your child than you do, but your child has more rights over their life than you do.
Okay.
And I think that why you and this I would hope and I don't expect us to agree. I expect us to have a dialogue where we can both get out our points of view. And if you get something out of it, great. If I get something out of it, great. But you birthed Javian for sure. But then Javian grew into identifying as JB's. And in my world, I'm a gay man. Blue is a pansexual. Damage is a heterosexual man who is raising a young boy. When you raise your,
I'm confused already. Break that down for me one more time. Explain to me what a pansexual is. We just all here for understanding.
So right now, for sure. So I'll be honest with you. I learned a pansexual last year, so I'm still learning things. Let me first start by saying I am a homosexual like a motherfucker. I am gay, proud to be gay. I wasn't. I was with women until I was 19. Identified different things that I liked and experiences that led me to identifying as a gay man. Blue.
What the freak is identifying? I'm gonna look up that definition.
You want to explain what a pansexual is?
A pansexual person is somebody who loves somebody who's male, female, or trans. So we would be the people who would find it in our hearts to be able to love somebody like your daughter. And also, there was a point that you made.
Ma'am, sir, if you're going to call him my daughter, I'm going to call you a man. If you're going to call him a woman, I'm going to address you as a man for the rest of the show. Okay, well, let's just call him Jay. Let's just say Jay. Let's be respectful. Let's be respectful to everybody because I am his mother and I do deserve respect as his mother because you wouldn't want me to disrespect your mother.
Can I speak now?
Yes, sir, you can.
So first of all, your daughter asked to be called that. I never asked. But
you're not talking to my daughter right now. You're talking to me. You're talking to me. You're not talking to my daughter. So my son.
First of all, take the bass out of your voice.
My son right here. Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Take the bass out your voice.
Go ahead, sir.
Whatever you need me to be.
I'm listening, sir. That's what delusion does. Make you believe you can be anything you want to be. Yeah, we're not gonna have a respectful conversation if you're gonna keep addressing my son as a woman. Not when you talking to me, sir.
We will have a respectful conversation, but here's what I asked, right? Your daughter, your child, let me say this, your child came on this show and identified as a female, right? And so out of respect for your child, let me say your child, I'm going to refer to your child with the proper pronouns, and that is she and her, because that's how your child wants to be acknowledged, right? I think what you're doing right now with Blue is you're taking her sexuality and you're weaponizing her with it by calling her.
Let me respond. Let me respond.
I still haven't responded though.
Do you know what the most embarrassing part about all this is? These are three minorities who claim to be fighting against racism, who claim to be oppressed, who claim that this country is inherently racist, but they're arguing with a mother about her son. They're arguing with his mom. This lady, this fat, black, sloppy. Yo, you're so disrespectful. So disrespectful. They have no problem disrespecting a conservative black woman. They have no problem doing it, bro. Why is that? Why is it like she's standing up for the truth? No, he's not a woman. I pushed him out. I carried him for 9 months. I took care of him before he decided he wanted to go switch his gender, which you absolutely cannot do. But because of feelings are going to be the downfall of this country. I'm going to address you the way you want to be addressed because of how you feel. But guess what? There is no such thing as feeling like a woman. You need to tell these men that. I'm tired of being disrespected and walked all over. Like being a woman is just la-di-da. Like, fuck out of here with that, bro. And all these dudes up here, you don't even got no room to be talking about what women want and what they don't want. And this fool at the top, you're playing into his mental illness, bro. This shit is crazy. It is absolutely absurd.
Let me hand it to Blue first, and then Angela. Okay, go ahead, Blue.
You asked the question about what gives people the right to call your child what we're calling your child, right? And I have an actual answer for you that is scientifically based and not based in emotion.
Mm-hmm.
You had a male child. Male refers to gender.
Mm-hmm.
That is something that is biological.
Mm-hmm.
But being a woman is a personal truth.
Did you hear this woman? I'm mad now. Oh, I'm mad. Hold up. She said hold up. Hold up. Wow, bro. Wow. How embarrassing. How fucking embarrassing, bro.
Let me hand it to Blue first, and then Angela. Okay, go ahead, Blue.
You asked the question about what gives people the right to call your child what we're calling your child, right? And I have an actual answer for you that is scientifically based and not based in emotion.
Mm-hmm.
You had a male child. Male refers to gender.
Mm-hmm.
That is something that is biological.
Mm-hmm.
But
Male
being a
refers to
woman
gender.
is a personal truth.
Male is gender, but woman is a personal truth. Did you hear this? Bruh, I'm writing this down. Male is a gender, but being a woman is a personal truth. And this is scientifically based, according to this son of a bitch. I'm so mad. I'm writing this down so I don't forget it. She said, I'm going to play it back and I'm going to put it on the bigger screen. Dude, yo. These people are smoking straight up crack. Straight crack.
You asked the question about what gives people the right to call your child what we're calling your child, right? And I have an actual answer for you that is scientifically based and not based in emotion.
Mm-hmm.
You had a male child. Male refers to gender.
Mm-hmm.
That is something that is biological.
Mm-hmm.
But being a woman is a personal truth. That's actually not gender identity, and gender are different. You can Google it yourself. I didn't make this up. So yes, that birth certificate speaks about your child's genitals. It says nothing about your child's gender identity.
Okay,
can I very different. I'm not done yet, though.
Okay.
You spoke a lot, so I'm not. Let me finish.
All right.
So what I'm saying is, you keep conflating gender with gender identity, and that is where you lose the audience, because your child can be born a male all day long. Your child's gender identity is female, and we're choosing to respect a legal adult. So legally speaking, I'm actually being very respectful by trusting a legal adult to tell me what to call them.
Where did you where did you study and where did you get your information from?
So the answer is the Harvard School of Public Health.
What degree do you have when it comes to gender dysphoria or transvestite disorder? Because I have a degree. I have a bachelor's degree. Not only do I have a bachelor's degree, excuse me, it's my turn to talk, ma'am. Not only do I have a bachelor's degree, I have the knowledge and I also have the experience because I have raised this child from birth. My child
allegedly.
is, excuse me.
You allegedly raised that child.
Bruh. I want to go on this show. I want to go on this show. I want to know why we are so okay with disrespecting each other, but have the fucking nerve to complain about a white person. We brutalize our own on a daily basis, but cry about white people. You are disrespecting the hell out of this lady. This is her kid. And you have the nerve to say allegedly, like you've been there shooting with this girl in the gym. Yo! Don't talk to me about racism. Don't do that. When you can sit here and disrespect your own. You're so pro-black, but you have no problems disrespecting the fuck out of this lady. I'm so mad right now. Yo.
Ma'am, I don't. So where is your proof that I didn't? Where's your proof that I didn't raise? Because right now what you're doing is slander and defamation. Because you're trying to tell a mother she didn't raise her child. Ma'am, I only went to prison for 2 years. He was 3. I got out when he was 5. He's been with me ever since. Okay. I raised this child. This is a male child with a feminine personality. Your personality does not determine your sex. You cannot have gender without having sex. It's all tied together. That is the reason why when you have someone that is transgender that chooses to become another sex, it is based off of what? Male or female. You can't have gender without sex. He has a feminine personality, absolutely. Now, let's just get for real for a minute. When we're and I want to be clear because there are a lot of articles and a lot of media reports out and a lot of people that try to make it seem as if I do not love my son or that I am against the LGBTQ community. I am not against the LGBTQ community. I have plenty of friends. I'm sure you all know Kellen Derrick. Ask Kellen Derrick who helped him start his business in his basement, in his kitchen. That was me. I got plenty of friends in the community. A lot of people try to compare my son to Shauna. When I met Shauna told me her name was Shauna. I ain't never been in Shauna pants. Shauna is my friend. Shauna is not my son. What Shauna does not impact my life. I am a mother. If there is a disorder or if there is whatever it is that my son wants to identify with that leads him to believe that he is a woman, and if that process is going to lead to dismemberment or castration, as a mother, I have a right to protect my lifeline and my bloodline. Now, you can roll your eyes in the back of your head all you want, but I have the right to protect I'm not talking to you two, sir. I'm talking to Miss Blue over here. I have a right to, as a mother, I don't have to agree, but it's not hate. It's not, and you also have to understand,
But this is what your child said about your relationship with the gay community, because they did say exactly what you just said. So I want to make sure to validate what you said, but this is what JB said on the show about your relationship with other people.
I saw what JB said, and
we gotta actually has a lot of gay and trans friends. Believe it or not, Angela has a lot of gay and trans friends. She has a lot of gay and trans friends. She just did an interview the other day with Shauna Brooks. Do you guys know who Shauna is?
Yes,
Trans girl.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yo, do you see how they are literally using her son to gather intel to then bring his mom on to disrespect, insult her, and put her down, all for being a black conservative Trump supporter? That is what the black community does to its own. Don't talk to me about racism and white cops fucking you up when you brutalize your own for money. For money, bro. You got paid to do this. Y'all get paid to talk shit, actual shit about black people. You get paid to drum up drama and create discord. If this doesn't infuriate you as a black person, where is your mind at, bro? Who wants to see this dysfunction and disconnection amongst their own people, especially the ones that claim to be so pro-black?
So trans girl, she respects her pronouns. She respects.
Oh, get out of here! Are you serious?
Yeah, she respects her pronouns. She used to do.
She responds to Shauna as a she.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
So my question is, why would you do that with Shauna but not your own child?
I did not give birth to Shauna. I didn't give birth to Shauna. You can't compare Shauna to my son. Shauna didn't come out my body. I didn't raise Shauna. I knew my son had a penis before he did. What you all are asking me to do as a mother, you're asking me to lie to myself about who I know my son is. Now, he's beautiful. He has an awesome personality. He's intelligent. I love him. I just do not agree with the confusion. Again, I'm his mother. Now, you all don't have to agree with me, but that's my child. Did your mother agree with everything y'all did?
No, I know Damage has a question, and I want to be clear, Angela. I don't want to fight with you. I'm not here to force you to understand or believe anything. What I'm trying to do, and so if I can just ask, if we can try to all bring it down a little bit so we can get to a place where we can both talk and hear each other, right? I'm not going to attack you for being a gay man who believes that anybody who identifies however they identify should be respected as such, because that's what I believe. Now, I want to get to the heart of what the reason is why you refuse to accept your child's pronouns. Hold on, and I'm trying to understand.
She just told you. She put the receipt on the screen for you to see. As a mom, I'm not going to feed into mental illness either. If either one of my kids came to me saying I'm the opposite gender, you can best believe I'm going to remind them, no, you're not. This is what you came out as. This is what you are. There's no such thing as a social construct. There's no such thing as a gender identity. It is only gender. There are only two. You cannot even get one or the other gender without having two of the opposites. So you're welcome for your existence. You ungrateful pieces of shit. Ungrateful, bro. Thank you. Say thank you. Say thank you to every straight person you see, because you are here because they did what's natural, had sex, and created you. Social construct my ass.
You're a mother who's trying to hold on to the identity they want for their child and not embrace who they see themselves to be. Is it ignorance? Is it just what? I don't know what it is. That's why we're here to have this conversation.
I'm a mother. I'm a mother that knows exactly what she gave birth to. I gave birth to a man child. If my man child decides, right, and we can talk about science, because I know girlfriend got a hell of a degree over there. We can talk about science and we can talk about what's facts. And what's facts is, even once you go all the way through with the transition, because I do have plenty of friends that are in the movement, you still have that realization that you are not a biological female. So as a parent, what I'm saying is, son, hold on. Just like you said, Jason, you said when you was younger, you had been with women, like you gave yourself time to figure out what it was that you wanted. My son is only 19 years old. If you decide to make this decision, this is not the time. You are too young. I don't think that he has lived long enough to make this type of life-changing decision. And as a mother, I have the right to say, son, I love you, but no, I don't agree with this lifestyle. Son, yes, I accept you, absolutely, Javian, but I don't accept Boom Quisha. Maybe I don't like Boom Quisha. Maybe she got a nasty attitude. Maybe she disrespectful. But what you all don't have a right to do.
My family stayed out of my business during my experience, during my journey.
That's probably why you're the way you are now.
Or disrespect my choices. They supported me. They asked people in the family to stay out of my.
Oh, so your family just said, to hell with you. You know, you're clearly going through something, but to hell with you. Go ahead. Do your thing, sir. Love is correction. She is a hell of a mom, because love is correction. I'm going to keep saying that till I'm blue in the face. When you correct somebody, you're correcting them because you love them. Because if you didn't give a shit, kind of like your family probably didn't give a shit about you enough to even correct you, you wouldn't even be fighting with this lady. And if that's the case, then why don't all of y'all mind your business? Mind your business. If your family stayed out of your business, you're not even a part of this family. Stay out of their business. Don't ask her why she won't accept her son the way she don't want to accept him. She don't have to. She is not a she. She is a he. So mind your business. The Saint, listen, I'm going to flip it right back on you. They mind their business. Oh, I did what I want to do. So mind your motherfucking business. I can't stand this dude. I cannot stand Jason Lee.
My business, they allowed me to grow into who I am and still to this day support me. I've never disrespected my
So because your family was like that, is our family supposed to be like that? So because your mother didn't care whether or not you would castrate yourself, does that mean I'm not supposed to care about my son dismembering his body?
My mother wasn't in prison like you. She was on drugs, so she was in prison by drugs. So both.
Yeah, I never smoked crack. Yeah, I got money. Yeah.
My mother smoked crack. My mother smoked crack. My mother did heroin. She did all that, but she also birthed me. And
right.
She birthed me and brought me into a world that allowed me to figure out who I was. And I'm not saying that you're a good mother or a bad mother, because I'm not here to cast judgment on you. I've never cast judgment on any guest on the show. That's what I'm trying to understand.
They're not casting judgment, but they made sure to play the clip of him talking shit about his mom, not calling her mom, calling her Angela, by the way. Come on, bro. There is so many discrepancies, hypocrisies all through this video. Y'all can't even have an intelligent conversation with her. You got to bring up drama, man. Black people, we got to do better. Stop embarrassing. Like, it's quicking on TV and profiting off of embarrassing people. Look, you're pro-black, but you're embarrassing your own people, bro. This is embarrassing. I understand why Angela Stanton is doing this, and I think she should. Stand up for your kid. Stand up for what's right. But these three profiting, you're no better than the race hustlers, bro. You're profiting off of dysfunction.
Is your daughter, your child, does not identify as Bonquisha. Your daughter has said, call me JB's. I am she.
And I said, because I gave him his name, right? Me and his father picked his name out, spelled it, filled out the birth certificate. Because we gave him his name, we have the right to call him by that name. Now, are you saying as a mother that I don't have the right to call my son by the name that I gave him at birth? It ain't been no name change, and it ain't been no transition. So why are you all asking me to respect something that's not even real? It doesn't exist.
My answer to that is yes. If your daughter, your child wants to be called what she wants to be called,
bro, they're so disrespectful.
Well, if your mother want to be called a dumb crackhead hoe, is that what you gonna call her? I'm just asking.
Well, she's dead. Wait.
I'm just asking.
My mother is deceased.
I'm just asking. You brought her up. I don't know. I don't have.
See. I can't have conversations with people like this. They can take shots. Oh, your child. You know what you're doing, bro. And then when she calls your mom a crackhead and everything else, my mother's dead. You know, she's deceased. And while she was alive, she was a whole crackhead.
I have to call my son what he wants me to call him just because he asked me to.
Your answer, but see, the problem is you want to come into this show the way you do your Instagram. And
no, I don't.
Your house, you're a guest.
No,
and I don't know how.
I don't have to be a guest. I don't have to be a guest. I didn't ask you to come on your show. Okay.
You don't have to be.
Right.
This is not a zoo. This is not a zoo.
Exactly.
It's not a zoo or a zoo.
Okay. So when you throw shots, be prepared to receive them back.
I'm not. Listen, if I was throwing a shot, although you called my mother a hold on.
I didn't call her. I said if she wanted to be called.
Mother was a dirty crackhead, but see the way your behavior is, even in my mother's darkest days, she didn't act like you.
Well,
you came on this
listen. I ain't never smoked crack or heroin either, and that's probably why I know my son is a man and not a woman. So fuck you and your show.
You're smoking crack. No, that's okay. And you know what? Fuck.
Oh man, she's about to talk.
Well, it is what it is, nigga. If my son is a woman, your mama is a crackhead hoe. Don't come for me with the little short little jabs about how my mama wasn't in prison like you, nigga, probably because she was somewhere in the crack house and couldn't nobody find her. Maybe your mama didn't care whether or not you castrated yourself because she was too busy smoking crack. Or maybe she didn't care about whether you dismembered yourself because she was too busy shooting herself up with heroin. Baby, your mama and my son mama is two totally different people. At the end of the day, y'all gonna stop coming for me about my baby. Let's make it clear. I want everybody.
Hey, I'm about to give her the big screen
on this live watching. Lord, I got the cussing. Mama King, I'm sorry, Lord. Y'all please pray for me. Listen, let me tell y'all something. I love my baby. You hear me? I love my baby. I love my baby. I love him. I'm tired of the media and everybody lying and saying that I don't accept him. I love my son. I accept my son. Am I having an issue with this new person? Yeah, I mean, shit, it's normal. It's a transition. He transitioning. Hell, I got to transition too. It's a process we all have to go together. But I love my baby. Like how they so insane. You gonna sit up here and accuse me of misgendering the child that I gave birth to. Now, this is what I'm saying for his friends and for those of you that are a part of the LGBT community. If you want to call him JBs, go ahead. I'm not telling anybody don't call him JBs. I'm not telling y'all don't call him girl, don't call him sis. If that's what y'all want to do, y'all do it. I'm not stopping y'all from doing it. But you're not going to stop me either from calling my son Jay. You're not going to make me or force me to live in your reality because you grew up with a mama that was strung out on dope and heroin. That ain't what's happening over here, homie. You're going to get this work every time you come for me. There is no respect. I'm going to act up. I'm going to cut a fool right when you get to cutting the fool. You talk to me crazy, I'm going to talk to you crazy back. You and the man that you had on the left and your right, polo bruh, the pansexual, he didn't even get a chance to explain, oh, that was the girl. Talking about I'm attracted to a man and a woman and a trans. Bitch, a trans is a man. And let me get off this live. I love y'all. I love y'all. Go to Jay page. Tell my baby I love him. I love my baby. Bye, y'all.
Oh my God. I'm attracted to a man, a woman. She said, bitch, it is a man and a woman. Woo! Angela Stanton King is vital and important to culture. She is attacking the disruption that some people in the LGBT are sending towards our children. They have what's called a prosthetic penis for babies. They are telling you you can start your 8-year-old on hormones. I'm sorry, but I carried 3 of mine for 9 months. I went through all the labor pains. I stayed up all night. I breastfed. I did all that. So I will be goddamn if anybody ever told me how to address mine. A real mom would do exactly what Angela Stanton King is doing. Shout out to her. And if I could ever get her on my show, best believe we would have the realest conversation. That was my reaction for today, man. I had to react to her talking about this. I'm probably going to briefly talk about this. And should I do it? Let me do it. I'm going to briefly talk about the newest police shooting they are trying to bring up. All right. They're trying to bring this up. They're trying to make it headline news. Of course, they have to throw in there that he's a black man. And of course, they had to go grab a video from what? 2019. You see that? May 10th, 2019. They had to go get this video, bring it up, because we got to keep black folks emotional. We got to keep them emotional. So let's keep talking about black men getting killed by by cops, because all cops are racist in this country. And let's not talk about the real issues. Abortion, HIV, fatherlessness, the welfare state, Democratic policies. Let's just throw it out there. The Democratic Party, let's just throw it out there. You destroyed the black community. Shame on you. They're bringing this guy up. This happened in New Orleans. Louisiana state troopers were captured on body cam, stunning, punching, and driving a black man as he apologized for leading them on a high-speed chase. I'm going to play the video. Of course, this is probably highly edited. If anybody has the full body cam from the police officers, send it my way. Send it to my inbox, or you can send it to Christine or Chelly. They will get it to me if I don't get it. So let's react to this. It's about 2 minutes long. And I'm going to get on out your hair because I know it's late. Yes. Oh, I don't know if I shared the audio. Okay, let me take it down and put it back up. Perfect.
I'm scared. I'm just scared. Get out of the car. I'm scared.
Mr. Green was, to some degree, even though he had just finished leading police officers on a lengthy and a high-speed chase, his inclination at that particular point was to acquiesce to what the officers wanted.
Let me see your hands. Put your hands behind your back, bitch. Give me your fucking hands. Put your hands behind your back. Taser. Put your hands behind your back. Behind your back. You're about to get it again if you don't put your fucking hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. I am sorry.
What's problematic for me is that Mr. Green is now left on the ground, on his stomach, handcuffed in a prone position. And officers are trained throughout the United States that once there's a struggle of this nature, the individual's handcuffed, that you need to push him off onto his side or get him in a sitting position so you can allow that breathing to be unimpeded by his own body weight.
This guy ain't got fucking AIDS.
And that didn't happen for at least, based on my calculation, 9 minutes, where Mr. Green was left alone. And then when he wasn't left alone and he tried to get over onto his side, another trooper pushed him down using his foot against the lower back and buttocks of Mr. Green. And I didn't understand that. There was absolutely no reason for that. Under no circumstances should Mr. Green have been drugged by his ankle shackles. That was malicious, sadistic, completely unnecessary.
Sadistic.
And the officer that did it's going to have to be held accountable.
Okay. So it's sadistic. Oh Lord. I don't understand these people. Why do they use such powerful, strong words to describe an officer pulling him back? I don't get it. Sadistic means of relating or characterized by sadism, taking pleasure in inflicting pain or punishment or humiliation on others. How do you know that that officer took pleasure? I sleep on my stomach too. Those officers were on a high-speed chase with this dude. So not only did he endanger himself, he endangered the lives around him. When they did get him pulled over, although he's like, I'm sorry, I'm scared. You damn sure was not scared because you took him on a high-speed chase. If you were that scared, you would have pulled over, did what you needed to do, and took that L in jail to go fight it in court. These officers, I'm going to have sympathy. I'm going to extend them some grace. They were probably frustrated as shit with you, with this guy. not complying, not putting his hands behind his back, fighting, carrying on, screaming. And all he said was, I hope he doesn't have, I hope his guy don't got AIDS. So what? So what? He said, I hope he don't got AIDS. Would we have the same reaction if this was a white man? I think everybody in the comment section knows the answer to that. Would we have the same reaction if this was a white man? Absolutely not. We wouldn't even hear about it because it wouldn't have got the light of day. This is crazy. Let me read some of your comments. If I'm on my stomach, I can't sleep to keep a narrative going. Absolutely. Sadistic because he wouldn't comply and force those officers to have to wrestle and handle him differently. Yeah, because black folks get a pass for acting stupid. And then when something happens to them and they die, it's because they were black. Oh my God, Soonie, I just now was able to read your shirt. Yes, if you want to go get the shirt, it is in our merch store. I'm going to pull up the website for everybody who wants to go get it. Go get it. Also, we have another dope shirt that Kaylee dropped. I'm going to pull it up for everybody to see it since we're on the subject of merch. Right at the bottom here, this little ticker, primetimepatriots.org. If you want to go there, you can get this shirt, identify as vaccinated, and you can also get this awesome shirt that we've been talking about for a minute. Where is it? Is it in the messenger? I think it is. Hold on. I didn't close all the boxes out. Doom, doom. Where is it? Maybe I should just go to the website. That might make it a little easier for me. Thank you. No jab for me. I didn't get the jab. It's a shirt to pick fun at the left and use their own logic against them, since we can identify as whatever we want to identify as. I identify as vaccinated. So leave me alone. Stop pushing your vaccine on me. My body, my choice. All right, here we go. Here's the website, and we have some new arrivals. So what's up with the old senile man today? He faked like he was driving. He said, get vaccinated or mask up. What else has he done? Oh, he sent the cease and desist to, not cease and desist. He sent the ceasefire to Israel, urging them to please stop shooting at each other as if they're ever going to listen, but whatever floats their boat. Whatever floats your boat. Look at Blake and Kaylee. Here is a new shirt. Dope new shirt we got. This is a unisex shirt. It would be awesome if men and women bought this shirt. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm really glad that everybody likes the content I provide, because I put hard work into it. I really do. I really do. This is hours in front of this camera. So thank you so much. Get this shirt. Being a woman is not a feeling. Go get it. It's not a feeling. Of course, we got the, we had to put the uterus and the ovaries in there, the fallopian tubes, because that's what makes you a woman. This whole male is a gender, but being a woman is a what did she say? I have to go back and watch it. I forgot what she said. A man is a gender, but being a woman is a I'm so mad I forgot, but now I got to go back and watch that nonsense. Somebody tell me in the comment section, because I know you guys remember that crap. She said being a male is a gender, but being a woman is something like I pretty much feel like she said idea. You just ordered that? Awesome. Personal truth. Thank you, Steve. Steve coming in with the W. Personal truth. I need to write that down because I'm going to go on Instagram and tag Angela Stanton King in it. And I wrote it down, but I scribbled it because I was trying to hurry up and move on to the next thing. So I couldn't even tell what I wrote. I'm not even going to lie. Look, I'm going to show you guys. I wrote it, but it looks like chicken scratch for sure. I take a lot of notes during all my shows. Yeah. I put, this is what I wrote. I'm like, damn, what does that mean? But I put it, personal truth there. So we have that shirt. We also have Don't Blame Me. I voted for the Mean Tweeter, which is another dope shirt. You can get your Matter shirts here. Kaylee's got a lot of different awesome designs that she's been coming up with. Shout out to her, man. Everything. So check out our website, man. We have a lot of cool things coming out. Let me see. What else we got up here? I might order myself some stuff tonight. The link is right at the bottom. www.primetimepatriots.org. This is my favorite shirt. I wear this all over the place and people get triggered. It's fun. Go get your stuff, guys. It's awesome. And I'm going to hop off of here because it's hot in this room. I want to get out into some AC. I swear I do. And I'm actually pretty hungry still. I am still banned on Facebook. I'm banned across all of my my profiles, so I can't post anywhere. I think I have like maybe 10 days left. Excuse me. And I'll be back kicking and swinging and punching. I just got to be strategic with my word choice and apparently careful with the things that I say on live now, because I have built a name for myself that people want to go ahead and just kick me off for talking real facts. It's crazy. Good night, guys.